Hi everyone, welcome to a flip through and colouring in this new book that I've been gifted called Reptiloids II. I just turned my light off because the cover is really shiny, but I'm going to pop it on as I open the book so that we can see the pages. There we go. We'll give it a minute to just get used to it. So these books are really funny. They're all sorts of humanoid type reptiles in different situations. I think they're fun. So here we have a caveman. He looks cool. I like him. It's great. I think he's got a tail. Look, he's fab. And we have a very smart looking lady with her pearls on the telephone. It's a pipe. A pipe. Anyway. That's fun. I love that phone. It's great fun. Oh, let's go around. So we have, a smoking a long cigarette, sitting and having a drink in lounging back the smoking jacket. Window and bar. I think it's so fun. Oh, now what do we have? Oh, this guy looks very frog-like, I think. But this little critter is being rather troublesome with his walking cane. He's obviously out and about. There's some sort of buildings behind him. He's obviously going for a walk, and this critter is really making him cross. And this one is just chilling, but look at his fancy collar and outfit, this sort of split sleeve shirt, really fab, and just sitting there chilling. And then along comes this little critter. He doesn't look very friendly, does he? Oh yeah, oh look, digging for treasure. What fun. Look at their texture on their noses, it's really cool. What I noticed with the first book, which you may or may not have watched my flip through and colouring from, is, sorry, that might be better, mightn't it, is that I just go back through so you can see them closer. Sorry. What I noticed is that there are lines on the pages to help you see where to do your shading, so it really helps. So these lines show the texture in the head, so you don't need to worry about it, and there are all these lines here on the clothing as well, so that's fun. Oh look, now I'm trying to work out what's happening. So he's holding what looks like some sort of fabric, and she's maybe choosing the fabric. It's really interesting. Got these fab buildings in the background. That's such fun. Oh, this bird is chasing. Ah, this looks like a parroty type bird, but look at those claws. It's running away. But look, what's he got in his hand? He's got the bird's egg. That's the problem. Sorry, I'm trying to get it so the shadow doesn't fall on the book too much. So we're riding another sort of critter. It's got this great big sort of thing on its head, like very, or is that, no, it's a wing, it's flying, that's right, in the air. And he's got his armour on, all ready to go to battle. But look, now what's going on here? I'm trying to work it out. She's putting on her lipstick, and she's got some cream and things there and perfume. And there's a lamp, a Tiffany lamp, look. What's he doing? He seems to be sneaking by with a cup of cocoa, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure what that is all about. It's fun. Okay, and here they are playing some instruments. That's fun. We've got a nice border here with instruments on as well. Sort of ribbons turning to these sort of horns for the instruments. And she's playing a cello and he's playing the piano. They don't look too happy, do they? Oh, we have a snake in this picture. But anyway, what's he doing? He is... So he looks like he wants to shoot that, but he's looking over there. Is there some sort of big monster that they're looking at? I don't know. That's quite fun. We are lounging in an armchair in a very smart looking house. Lovely wallpaper and a dresser with a teapot, a stripy matching footstool and a chair, and someone's at the window having a peep in. What fun. Okay, Now we're having a bit of a dance, aren't we? That's fun. Lovely berries around the edge. I like that. That's fun. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, this is a sort of wizarding picture. I like this. So we've got a little potion being brewed. Cute little dragons. Oh, that's lovely. Look how sweet that is. Such fun. Oh, and what do we have here? Oh, we have a sort of... He's got armour on, hasn't he? And a big spear. Now, I think this might look like it's fire. And they're flying. Maybe dragons. Something like that. Fire of dragons. Oh, a swing. So she's on a swing. He looks like he's running away. I suppose you might kick him if he gets too close. That's quite fun. Now, oh dear. So we are having a little go at some ice skating, and it isn't really very successful. So we've got some lovely pine trees in the background. We've got this ice to colour in, and then this sort of collapse. It's a lovely wintry picture, I think. What great fun. Oh, and now we are... Oh, look at that. I can see what's happening here. Can you see? We've got a carrot on a stick. So this is being used to tempt the ride. Maybe it's a sort of tortoise type animal to move forwards. It's fun. Oh, hang on. There we go. So we are being swung in a basket or carried along by this flying critter. How very interesting. Look how smart he looks. They look like the, I don't know, come out of the Victorian age. Right, so this way. Oh no. So it is a dentist, can you see? I'm glad my dentist doesn't use those. That looks a bit vicious, doesn't it? Oh dear. Oh, excuse me. Oh, a little romantic picture. So we have a lovely stone wall and windowsill on window. That's really nice. And look, she's inside and he's playing this sort of instrument. I want to say lute, but it's not. It's a harp, isn't it? Now what's going on here? So he has got what looks like chopsticks. He's putting something on the tongue of the monster. I'm not really sure. He's got the ring through his nose. That's such fun. Maybe he's a vet. Maybe that's what's going on. And he's just sitting there reading a book. Just having a fun time. Look at that. Just read my book. A unicycling super reptiloid. What fun. Now they're in a boat, and it should be romantic. She's got her finger in the water, she's playing with her pearls, but she doesn't exactly look happy, does she? But then again, nor does he. And it looks a bit like a gondola, because he's got a sort of stripy top. Whoops, sorry. As if it's meant to be a sort of gondola ride. That's quite funny. What are we doing? Oh, we're playing a gramophone. Gosh. My children don't even hardly know what a record is, let alone a gramophone. Not that I remember gramophone. I'm sure none of you do, but it's quite fun. Look at his outfit. Look at his suit with the big bow. Fantastic. Oh, so painting the nails. What fun. Huh. Don't look very happy, do they? They look like they're in a house as well, rather than at a salon. I think that's quite fun. The background looks really fun. We've got the wallpaper, the curtains and things to do in that little window. What's going on here? So we have got what looks like an alligator being walked, but oh dear, they're biting the finger. We've got very nice pillars in the background to do. Lots of tail. Now what's this one? Oh, little babies. Look, he's feeding him a worm. That's the one from the front, look. Oh, sorry about the shine. So that can give you some idea of colours for that picture. It's done quite simply here. It's digitally coloured. Obviously you can do it however you wish. I'm not sure if there are digital versions available. Some books do. So we're inside a house. Oh, we're looking at a map. Can you see we've got the arrows and different things on there. He's dressed very smartly. Look at that waistcoat and shoulder, whatever they're called. I don't know. And she's got her cup of tea, of course. Very important. Now, what have we got here? So he is watering this lovely sunflower. Look at that. We also seem to have apples, which is odd. But maybe we've got grasses as well here, because obviously apples and sunflowers grow on the same plant. Oh, there we are at the end. So again, we have our Amazon, so that's fun. So I'm going to just stop the video and set up, choose a page and colour it with you. So hang on if you want to see a page coloured. Right, I decided to choose this very first page. I really liked the first page, I thought I would have a go. Now I have got my metallic Castle Arts metallic pencils out. I thought it would be fun to try them. I'm thinking, you know, with the reptile, it would sort of have scales and things like that. I thought it would be a fun one to do. So I am going to pick a green for the reptile. Oops. What's that one? I've got my tester sheet to help me pick, so that's what I'm just using. I think we'll use this one. It's quite bluey actually, but I don't think that matters. It's called Verde Jade, which is green jade, and I'm going to start by doing all the skin. Well, it is very blue, but never mind. In this colour. It's a sort of grey colour, isn't it, really? But I'm just going to do a layer of this colour without trying to keep it fairly even to start with. And not only will we see how it lays down on the paper, but we can then afterwards add some other colours to add some light and shade. Now I'm going to try and keep those teeth white. Sometimes it is fun to do teeth in a sort of yellowy colour because they look dirty, and that can be a bit more yucky for a monster, but I'm going to keep them white for this one. Now I'm not going to colour all of this page, I don't think. I might just do the Reptiloid and not do the rest, just because it might take some time. And also I don't want to do the sky, the everything in metallic really. I thought I might just do this guy in metallic, but we'll see how what I decide as we go. Now the metallic Castle Arts, I've had a lot of people ask me whether I would recommend them. Now I don't like recommending things because I don't know what you're going to like. I like them, but that doesn't mean to say that you will. I mean, it's tricky as well because I get given things like this book and these pencils, then I'm sort of biased, because if I'm given it as a prezi, I like it because I you know, it's a gift and it's precious, so it makes me biased. So the pencils I've got that I don't like tend to be the ones that I've bought rather than, I don't know if you know what I mean. So it's a little tricky for me for me to be unbiased, so I try to be a bit careful. Also, what I like might not be what you like, you know. But what I would say about them is, if you want something really shiny that makes your page shimmer and shine, any sort of metallic pencil is not going to do that. Yes, there is some shine, but you can see now, if I take my hand away, even if when I tilt it to the light, you can see if I tilt it slowly through the light and back again, it really doesn't shimmer and shine. So I missed a bit up here. In the way that a metallic pen would. So there is that. It does shine more than a normal pencil, should we say. Normal being a strange word, but I think you know what I mean. So it does show up a bit more than that with regards to shininess, but it isn't, you know, massively. But what I like about them is the colour. These sort of muted colours I really like. I think they're really pretty. I like the feel of the pencil on paper. It's soft but not too soft. It's dry and not too dry. It's very difficult to explain completely, but it blends well too, and I'll show you that, because you might think metallic pencils, will you blend them? Well, yes, I do, and I'll show you now. What I want is a darker shade. I'm just having a look at what I've done and choosing one that's a bit darker. I found one, I've just got to find it. I think the Malachite green is a slightly darker shade, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to look at the picture. Now, as I said before, these are drawn in a way that helps you to shade. Now we've got this cross hatching, and I think those are supposed to be scales, so I don't think I'm going to necessarily colour those darker. But under the neck here, you know, where there'll be shadow, this is where I want to put my darker colour. And so you can see, you can blend them, put them on top of each other to get darker areas, or you can just actually layer them up. So you could layer up just one colour. You don't always need to go in with the darker one. So I'm following these lines that have been drawn on for us to add light and shade to the picture. Well, the sun's coming out. It's quite bright all of a sudden. When we were out today, it was cold and dull, and actually it only just stopped raining. Did it ever rain yesterday? My goodness. I mean, I've seen some rainstorms in my time, but that was wow. Thunder, pouring with rain. It was quite mad, but fun at the same time. There was like a river running down our road. We've got these bits up here, look. So you can see that you can layer them up just as you would a sort of normal coloured pencil, but it depends what you want from your pictures. I think it's quite fun to have the metal colours, but it's, as I say, it's a very personal thing. So there he is, and you can see it's quite a muted green. I mean, obviously I did it quite pale, and you could do it darker, but I'm quite happy with the sort of more muted colour. I like it. Now inside the mouth, I think I just need to do as well with this slightly darker malachite green. I don't know what the inside of the mouth would really be like. Oh, we do those. There we go. Now I thought we'd do the birds in the metallic as well. I was thinking maybe a bronzy browny type colour, so I am going to go for the Camel. So apologise if you can't see it. I can't see what you can see very well. Oh, excuse me. So this is a sort of browny bronzy colour. Do you think they're friends with him, or do you think they're attacking him? I haven't done his irises, have I? I'm assuming it's a he. I think it looks like a he. Now, the Amazon paper, I find it's quite sort of average. It's quite thin, so need to be a bit careful. Oops, I went over the white of the eye then. That was not intentional. I don't know how well these are raised. Let's have a look. Not really, never mind. And I want a sort of yellowy colour for the for the beak, I could use, what's that one like? I'm gonna use the Vegas yellow. It's quite a nice warm colour. There we go. Okay, that might be all I do, and I'm just trying to see what other pencils I've got in here that I could use for the rest. Yeah, what I'll do is I use my Arteza Expert for the rest. I'll just pop these to the side, and we'll use the Artezas. So I would, it would probably make more sense to use a Castle Art soft touch pencil, but I don't have them in here, so I'm just going to use the Artezas. Now the fur, I think that's really got to be brown. Oops. I'm going to use the burnt ochre from the Arteza Expert. It's a little bit orangey. There aren't really any pale browns in my Arteza Expert 72 set. It just sort of goes from very dark to reddy brown to yellow. I think that's a bit there. I'm just trying to work out what's going on. There we go. There we are. So I've got no builders in today, but I've got them in tomorrow and possibly day after as well. So I thought I would take advantage, because if I didn't record these today, I wouldn't be able to do it for a long time, and I wanted to look at my book, see what it was like. I mean, they do finish about 4, but I tend to cook at 4:30, so, and then by the time after tea comes, I'm a bit tired. I'm an early riser. I mean, they arrive at 8, so it doesn't give me any time to do anything before they arrive. I'm just seeing if I've missed any bit. I think that's a leaf. I think we're done with that bit. I'm going to do those mountains in the background next. I think I want them to be quite a dark. Should we do them? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe this Coyote brown, which is a greeny brown, because I don't want it to stand out massively. It's just part of the background, and we've got these branches to do, and we've got leaves and things, so I'm just going to do a light colour all the way across the back. And on some pictures I like the background to really stand out and be part of the picture, but on this we want him to stand out, so we just want the background to just sort of fade back almost. And I think these lines almost look like a ploughed field, so maybe, but then he's a caveman, so I don't think they had ploughs, so I'm not sure. Now this, in the foreground we've got these leaves, and we've got these. Now they look a bit like they could be ears of corn or something like that, but I'm actually going to colour them as flowers, because I think it will just brighten the picture to have something more colourful. So that's my choice on that. You don't have to do it that way. We need a bit in there, and here. Yeah, I think that's that. Now the sky. Now again, we could do a sunset, sunrise, a few different colours. I don't want to make it too fancy. And we don't have a big choice of colours in the Arteza set for sky. Maybe we could do the sky grey. Skies can often be grey. Because My blue sky will be the same as the picture I did. No, I know. We use this. We use this Peacock blue, okay? And we use it very lightly. And I think it'll work for the sky blue. It'll look quite like a summer sky. It's quite awkward doing it at this angle, but I'll manage. I noticed, I've just realised I haven't done the fingernails. Only on the one finger though the fingernails are. I don't know if you noticed. And only 3 fingers. Which is interesting. My son was talking about dinosaurs this morning. He said, you know, we find a skeleton, let's say, of a kangaroo, and the skeleton does not really look like the animal. We can't see where its muscle definition is, where it might have fat and no fat, etc. So we've got no idea actually what dinosaurs look like. We tend to draw them like they would just skin over the bone, when of course they would have had more muscle. We can sort of guess where it might have been. But he said, you know, most dinosaurs had feathers, and so they might look more like just chickens, fat chickens. Which was quite funny. So to try and imagine like a T-Rex, but looking like a fat chicken. I thought it was quite funny. So, yeah. Comes up with some interesting things. Some of it is just sort of thoughts from Reddit, and I'm not quite sure of how useful they are, but other things are quite do make us think. Well, they do seem to be true, you know. But it's good fun. Or he follows some people on YouTube who are really interesting and have interesting opinions on things. I'm afraid I can't remember their names. But he watches a lot of gamers as well, so I'll probably get the names mixed up. So that's it. I'm just going to keep that really simple and straightforward. And now we have our sort of staff. Now, I'm just thinking that the end of this could be done in silver with our silver pencil, but I think I'll do this piece as if it were wood. So I'm going to use a darker brown, the cocoa brown, and do this. I'm going to do a light layer. It might be a little similar to the background, but be doing a second layer in a minute. So what I think it's always fun to do is to do a darker bit on the edges and then just lighten towards the middle, and then it makes it look a little bit more rounded. And this is likely to be some sort of twig or stick. It's not a two-dimensional thing, so it'll look a little bit more rounded like that. It's quite a simple method, but I think it's quite effective. Right, I think I'm going to keep this cocoa brown and do the around the edge, these bits. Now this looks more like vine to me rather than, because it's not straight like this piece. So I'm going to put some dark where it's overlapping rather than on the edges like I did with the other one. And we'll do that all the way round. Which is fun. We've got a little bit there, a little bit under there. There we go. There. Just working my way around. So I hope everyone's doing okay. I was realising how close we're coming to the end of the school holidays, which is a real shame. But then I worked out it's actually still got 3 weeks, which is a lot longer than I'd sort of thought. Because the problem is you get all the back to school things and stuff. And my boys have had 8.5 weeks off. I think it was in the end, will be in the end. And so they've got 3 weeks left, which doesn't sound like much, but it's been lovely having them home. And they've been getting on with various things. So that's good. They have been at home a lot, but they have been having a lot of leisure time, but they need it because they work hard. Now we need a green for the leaves in this picture. I think I want something quite dark to sort of frame it. I'm looking at what I have here. I'm thinking the forest green would probably be a good choice. I'm going to start with these leaves up here and just maybe just lighten them towards the tip a little bit. Keep them a bit darker in the middle. So to make our reptiloid in this picture stand out, we've actually made him a little paler than the sort of frame, but the background is designed to sit back so that he still shows up, which is the plan. It can be tricky with such a simple picture to try to make sure that the eye is led to the key part of the picture, and I think the way it's drawn makes that pretty easy, but you know, it's it can be slightly tricky. My desk is making a noise again. I don't know why. It's moving a little bit again. Okay, so down to these. Now, I am wondering whether to do the iris of the eye in this colour, just so that it helps it to stand out. I'm going to try it. There's 2 white circles drawn on the irises, which we need to avoid. And the white, it's a bit too small a space to change how much of the colour is going down, so there we go. I think that's worked quite well. It's quite pretty green anyway. And do these as well. So I hope everyone's getting on with lots of colouring. I'm actually, what am I working on today? I've been doing a Rita Berman picture from her Land book as a buddy colour with a friend. It's the elephant picture. That's been really lovely fun, and so that's good, and we're both sort of looking forward to her new book coming out, so which I suspect most people are. It's out on the 26th of August, so that's good. And what else is going on? I will choose something else soon. I'm trying to do a variety of pictures. As much as I like finishing a book and being able to show you a flip through, it can be fun to do pictures from a variety of books too, just to make it more interesting when I do my flip through, my monthly, what I coloured during the month. So I think if everything comes from the same book, you can go, ooh. So I try and mix it around a bit for you, and it also keeps it more fun for me, of course, having lots of different books to pick from. I recently finished my picture from The Flower Year. I try and do a picture a month from there. There's quite a lot of pictures each month. I tend to choose something quite small at the moment, but next month the page with the month name on is absolutely gorgeous because it's blackberries, which I love to colour. So I may do a larger page next month and do that one, but I'll see. I don't think I've done any, or maybe one tutorial from that book. So I could do some soon, not sure. It's just I have so many books, and because that one wasn't, a lot of books I get gifted because people want me to do tutorials from them, but that one was a present from my mum for Christmas, and she doesn't follow me on YouTube or even do any colouring, so I don't feel like I need to do tutorials from that one. Whereas some books I think, oh, so-and-so's given it to me, so I should do a few tutorials. And because I enjoy colouring in the books anyway, it's just fun to share with you my colouring. So I do that. So that's why I sort of don't do it in that one so much. But I made, as I said, I might do. I think that's a leaf. It's a little tricky to work out quite what's going on, but we're nearly there with all the leaves. And then we've got this sort of grasses and these tall bits, which they look a bit like lavender, I think. I'm going to do the grasses next, and I am going to use the sage green, slightly different shade of green, just so that it looks different. Now, as I say, I thought this was lavender, but I don't know whether doing something purple is really going to work in this picture, because we've got greens and browns, and we've got a little bit of blue, and we've got the birds, which are, I'm thinking maybe we should do it in orange. I think it would go better. So I'm going to use the pumpkin orange and colour them in. I'm not going to do anything special, I'm just going to get a nice lot of colour down. As I say, I wanted these sort of darker bits to frame the rest. So I know we've still got the end of the spear to do, and I think I need to dig back into the metallic pencils for that, because we want silver, don't we? Do we? I do. I think that's the colour. I think this orange works well on the with the sort of tunic on the back. I've just grabbed my jade green to do that bit. There we go. Sorry, I am not talking, am I? It's very unlike me. I'm feeling a little bit tired, to be honest. But there we go. We'll do our silver spear, and then I think I'll go and have a rest. Maybe finish my elephant picture. I'm just grabbing the platinum from the Castle Arts Metallic to do the spear end. I'm just going to layer it up a little more there, where we have an indication that we need some more colour. I'm just going to do a little bit more of the burnt ochre on the tunic in some of the places at the bottom here that I've now noticed that I've missed. I find once you put other colours around, you sometimes notice you've missed bits. I don't know if you're the same way, it's just because I can't stay in the lines. But anyway. And the Coyote brown in here and around like that. Yeah, I thought there was a bit on that side too. There we go. So there he is, all finished. I think he was great fun to do. Sorry, I am getting tired, but I did enjoy doing him. I can tip him to the light so you can see whether you can see any of the shine. That's very difficult for me to know whether that even showed up. I can see a bit on the bird's beak at certain angles. The harder you put down the colour, the more layers, the more shine you can see, but it still isn't. I mean, this is the swatch chart, and you can see it catches the light if you tip it at the right angle, sorry, like that, but it isn't shiny like a pen might be. Anyway, that's me, so thank you for watching. And thank you to Sharon for the book. It is great fun. I'm only sounding, because I'm a bit tired, I'm going to have great fun colouring it. And if there are any particular pages from either of the books that you would like me to do as a tutorial, let me know. And maybe even if there's a particular type of pencil you want me to try out on the Amazon paper or something like that, I can give it a go for you. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really lovely rest of your day and happy colouring.